We're back.
Yeah, tell us where you're from. Tell us who you are. Name of your company. It's been a couple weeks. We took last week off. I would like to say it was Cannon's fault because he had a business dinner to go to, but really it's my fault because I was like, hey, man, we can't do Tuesdays anymore. It's Taco Tuesday. There's tequila to be drank and, you know, tacos to be eaten. So we can't do Tuesdays no more.
That's it.
So we moved it to Wednesdays, and Wednesday afternoon he's like, man, I got a business meeting. So we took a week off. Anyway.
And we missed you guys. Hey, let's start this off right, Dan. Hey, so look, guys, welcome to my fence life. I'm Cannon. This is my buddy Dan.
What's happening?
Let's start the show.
Hey, man. Cheers. Hope you had a good week, buddy. Probably need to turn that off, too.
I got a fence dad calling me.
I see Colin's on. Mitchell's on. So, man, you've been busy. Cannon's been sending me all kinds of stuff via text, videos, all kinds of stuff. You got a lot of marketing stuff going on, huh? What you got going on?
I've been so busy, man. My hairline, the last time I wasn't busy was like right here. Look at this.
It was more like you didn't have any hair because you got a buzz cut.
Man, I'm trying to let it go back.
We don't, guys, we don't have anybody on tonight. We just kind of wanted to catch up on what we've been doing and kind of what we've been seeing online and answering some questions and hopefully learning some things from y'all in the comments. But Cannon's been busy, man. I think you worked so hard that week. You called me up and you're like, I'm drained. I'm wore out. You went and bought some vitamins.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, so I called.
Pushing hard.
I called Dan. Was that last week, Dan?
Yeah.
Tuesday, probably. I think it was the day of the show. We were supposed to do the show.
Yeah, the day of the show.
And I was like, man, what's going on? I'm driving down the road, and I'm like, dude, I am tired. Like, he's like, yeah, you've been working hard. I said, no, man, like I don't feel good. I'm tired, you know. And he's like, well, are you eating right? Are you sleeping at nighttime? I was like, I don't know, man. And so I said, Dan, let me ask you something. Do you take vitamins? He's like, dude, I take all. He's like, I take like 17 vitamins. I went to a nutritionist and they work. He's like,
I do, man. I take a lot of vitamins.
Yeah, he's like, man, they wrote me out a meal plan. And I'm like, for real? So you take them every day? He's like, yeah. He said, do you not? And that's how he said it. Like I was wrong. And I was like, no, I don't take vitamins. And he's like, man. Dan was like, man, what the heck, you know? And so
I'm getting old, man. I got to take supplements.
Man, I didn't know more hang out the phone with them, and I seen a Dollar General because they're everywhere, like, you know. So of course there's one right around the corner, and I looked up and I see the yellow, like billboard of hope, and I'm like, man, it's a Dollar General, and I felt so bad, like so tired and wore out. I pulled in, you know how you do, but I was one-handed. I did it one-handed because I seen a thing on TikTok with a girl saying that's more classy than this, you know. So I did this maneuver into the Dollar General, and I went in there. I got me some vitamins, got me some B vitamins. I even got some kind of root, you know, capsules, like some kind of tree root in a ginkgo biloba, however you say that. For your brain. I was like, man, that's what I need. And I set the stuff up on the counter. I took the picture and sent it to Dan. I said, boy, I'm in shape now. And I took the pills and I called Dan back and I was like, hey, Dan, how long does this take to kick in? He's like, man, it don't work like that, you know?
Yeah, it's not like you just snorted a line. It don't work like that, man.
Hey, look, we got Colin Schneck. Colin Schneck in the house. Welcome to the show, Colin, from Evansville, Indiana. We've also got Kevin Poole in the house. Kevin, welcome to the show. Kevin's from
Mitchell's here.
Charleston, one of the Carolinas, north or south.
CharlestonFence.com, man. Get it straight.
That's the name of his business, CharlestonFence.com. I like it.
Oh, really? That's the name of his business?
Yeah, that's what his T-shirt says. I think. Kevin, is that the name of your business? CharlesandFence.com.
I know he's been doing his tips, and some of the things is like, duh, but I'm sure there's some guys out there like, wow, and then some of the stuff he does, I'm like, okay, that's interesting, and I'm sure there's somebody else out there going, oh, duh, and I'm over here learning.
Man, Kevin, he tagged me in one of his Just the Tip videos like 2 days ago. And
I'm assuming he did that. I'm assuming he did that because we arch our gates, huh?
I don't know. I was flattered though. I said, me? He tagged me? Like, dang, thanks, Kevin. I really man, I appreciate that. Like, I've been watching all of them, but maybe I don't comment or like all of them, but I do like them, you know. So yeah, I felt
Kevin, I'd like to see you arch one of your gates like I do and cap it, like I showed in that video. We've been doing that for 20 years, man.
That's right.
Even with the pine, we do it. It just puts a little extra to it. I even have customers call me up and say, "Hey, you're gonna cap my fence, and you're gonna cap that. You're gonna cap that arch, right?"
Now, like, Dan, do you know what we call it?
Oh, I know what you call it.
The Mandeville arch.
Yeah.
No, Dan, look, I think your wood fences look great, man. I really do, and I think it's special. And Dan's a good buddy of mine, so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna name our arch gates the Mandeville gate. You know, so props.
Because I live in Mandeville.
Yeah.
I had a customer today, well, actually yesterday, call. The guys put a fence sign on one side, and his wife wasn't home, so she got home, and I guess she FaceTimed him. He called me up mad. Why didn't you put a sign on the other side? I'm like, well, we only put one sign. He goes, no, I want all my neighbors coming down the street to know that I got fence game fence. And I was like, all right, that makes me feel good, man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something right, you know?
That's right.
So, but man, you've been doing a bunch of branding. What have you been doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you sending me all kinds of stuff, brochures and.
Man, so look, I got bored. Was it last weekend, Kristen? I got on my little Vistaprint rampage 2 weekends ago. Hey, hand me some business cards. You got some? Here's one. All right, cool. We're good. All right, so yeah, Candace's been doing some branding. I got on Vistaprint about 2 weekends ago, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna design some new business cards. So I did, and I ordered them, and they come in. You want to see them?
Yeah, let's see.
I wonder
if you didn't send me a picture.
So this is what they look like.
Okay, one of your aluminum fences.
Yeah, your backyard deserves the best. Jackson Fence.
Mm-hmm.
And if you turn it
Good
over,
tagline.
That's right. If you turn it over, got my name. It says my cell phone number, but it's really not my cell phone number. It's Kristen's cell phone number. You like that?
And I see you got the AFA on there. And what's the QR code do?
Yeah, I got the AFA logo at the bottom of the card. Mm-hmm. And if you scan that QR code with your phone, all it does is it drops you right back to our homepage, jacksonfencecompany.com. And right beside the QR code, it says, visit us online and get started today. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. My QR code just gives you all your information, gives them all my information to put into their phone, give them that, update their contact.
Yeah.
But I found that it doesn't work in all phones because it's a vector file. So I'm thinking about switching them up to where they go to my website or something like that.
Right.
But I got QR codes on everything, man. I'm a QR code fiend. But everybody's using them. We track them. People are using them. So as long as I see people are using them, I'm good to go,
So you track your QR code scans?
Yeah. So if there's a special link or URL that you can attach to them, and then you can track those, just like when we put the descriptions in our YouTube videos, we can track where people are going. Which, by the way, I need to update those. But yeah, you can track and see how many people we sent to Master Halco, how many people we sent to My Salesman, how many people we sent to Mr. Fence Tools that are going to them through our our YouTube channel because they're all tied to our website, myfencelife.com, which, by the way, if y'all go to myfencelife.com, at the bottom, you can go in and say, hey, I want to be a guest, and this is what I want to talk about. Or you can just go in there and say, hey, I don't want to be on camera, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about this. And if we don't know about it, we'll find out about it. We'll call around. We'll talk to some people out there that know and get the answers, and hopefully come back with an educated answer for you and a show about it.
That's right.
So myfencelife.com, and we're on YouTube, guys. Bear with us. We're two fence guys in the middle of the height of the season and busy as can be, so we aren't exactly on top of the YouTube thing. But Ken and I are going to be having a meeting probably here in the next week. We've got a guy that's going to do all that for us. Him and I just need to get together. We've been so busy. Hopefully we can get that YouTube channel up to date.
So, Dan, let's talk about hey, we're talking about branding, right? So I saw you put a mailbox up.
Yeah, how do you like that?
Well, personally, I'm tired of you having all these ideas and rubbing it in our face.
Man, that is an auger that I've been using since 1999, that same brand. And every time one would break, unfixable, put it behind the shed, under the lean-to, one would break, we go rob apart.
Yes.
Well, I had about 4 or 5 of these things, and I don't use them anymore because they don't make them. So it doesn't run, but we went ahead and put parts on it to make it whole again, make it look whole again, and painted it up and welded it up and put a mailbox on it. I got tired of people saying they couldn't find my yard when I got a 4x8 sign, literally 20 feet away from that mailbox, but they see the mailbox. They don't see
Ain't
that
that
big
weird?
sign.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So if I were Dan Blanc, the Fence King, I would have a freaking crown made, like chrome crown, round, with little like glass prisms in it, and I'd have that joker spinning up in the air, blinding people as they drive by. So like everybody knows that's the Fence King's shop, you know. That's what I would do if I were the Fence King and I had Dan Blanc money, you know.
Talk about QR codes. Even on my koozies, I got the QR code, brings you right to our virtual fence designer where you can get a price.
Is that the same one you posted online? Let me see the bottom of it.
And then I put my logo on the bottom, my brand actually. That's the brand, the logo be the brand and the words together. But I wanted to show you this. I posted this.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is amazing, man. I took the AFA booklet off the zip drive that they sent in that little welcome package, care package. I don't know what it was called, but I went ahead and sent it to my marketing team, and I was like, hey, let's brand this thing up, print them, so that way I can give these to my guys who were starting to have safety meetings. And we had our first safety meeting, being that my guys about, 2 months ago, flipped the truck and trailer on the interstate. I started going back, looking at the cameras, looking at how they were loading the trailers and noticing, it's probably not the best thing to do. And the day they flipped the trailer, I was like, probably could have been loaded better. So that's the first thing we tackled. So I pulled up on the big screen in the office and I was like, hey guys, this is loaded wrong. It should have been like this. We got on YouTube, pulled up some videos on weight distribution, how to pull a trailer, all that good stuff. So I think next week we're going to go through how to hook the trailer up properly, how to make sure the safety chains are right, everything. I mean, I got a guy that works for me. He's a young kid, man. He's 19, running a fence crew. Took the trailer tire off because he had a flat, put another one on, and put the lug nuts on right. You know how they tapered? The lug nuts are tapered, so you put the tapered side in, so it goes into the rim. Well, he didn't. He flipped it and had the flat side, so the tire was moving, wilded out the holes on the rim, ruined the studs, And I'm like, so we're gonna have a class on it, and my guy Terry, he's been out, kind of light duty, twisted his knee. Got him a tripod the other day, along with he's already got a gimbal. So I'm gonna have him start making videos, and we're putting them on our Trello board. I started another Trello board just for the cruise, and you're gonna have to go through and watch all these videos if you hire on with us. How to load the trailer, how to change a tire, how to hook the trailer up, how to do the safety change. I mean, everything.
Man, we had that Trello board. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but look, we had a freaking 4-hour meeting today, not about Trello, but about customer service and all the different platforms that our customers use to reach us. Okay, and it's not, people don't just call. You know that, I know that, but I mean, I'll probably miss some because there's so many different avenues that people use to get a hold of our company. So we got people that call, we got people who walk in, we got people who go to our website and fill out a form or contact me form. We got people who go to our website and use the My Salesman. And even in My Salesman, you got 2 different divisions. You got the activity report and you got the drop-off report, you know?
Yeah.
You got Google My Business. We don't get a ton, but I'd say we get 2 or 3 a month where people actually send us a message through Google My Business.
Right.
So you can't just neglect it. Then you got Facebook. You got the comments, the shares, the likes, the messages. All
There's
that
a lot,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, so we had a freaking 4-hour meeting today about customer service, about how to access all these different portals, and also about how often do we access these portals and how do we respond to these inquiries, you know? And so everything started with Trello. So we created a Trello list, and we had these little cards in there. Facebook. This is what you should do. This is how you should respond. If somebody shares a post, hey, look, it's not just Cannon's job to see that and like that. It's everybody's job that has access to Facebook to say, hey, I appreciate you sharing our post. You know, because without shares and without marketing, we don't have phone calls. You know.
Well, not only that, in that Trello board, you can put the verbiage and say, look, because that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm working on an online application on my website that pops up, hey, we're hiring all the time.
Yeah.
I learned that from you, Josh Glover. Yeah. I see Sean's got it on his website, and I'm perfectly honest with you, man. I'm stealing Sean's idea. He's got a great application on there. And we're going to have verbiage in our Trello board under Facebook that says, hey, if we make a post, this verbiage goes at the bottom of every post. And one of them's going to be, go to our website if you're looking for a job. And that's what I like about the Trello, man. I hate to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but I shared mine with you so you can look at it, and we're constantly tweaking it. It's not 100%. I shared it with Doug. Doug checked it out, Doug with Pink Collars. And he hit me up today. He's like, dude, your board's looking great.
It's a clean system. It's a clean system to get all this crap that's in your head, you know. Hey, listen, I'll give you an example. Think about how many times somebody on your team calls you and asks you a question, okay? And you don't know the answer yourself, right? That's one. But you know where the answer is. The problem is the answer is hidden behind a password. Yeah. Have you ever had a phone call and somebody saying, hey, I really need this piece of information? And you're thinking, okay, I know where that information is. It's in this specific inbox, which I know the password to. So I'm going to have to stop what I'm doing, log into this inbox, and I know what I'm going to type in to find it. You know, I know the keyword that I'm going to type in, and boom, there it is. So part of our Trello thing today is all these different platforms that we use. What is the login? What is the password? Or are we able to grant you?
Did you get on mine?
No.
Did you look at mine at all?
No. Is it have that on there?
Yeah. I mean, I got everything, even down to my Amex password on there. So don't be getting on there, all right? But, yeah, I mean, I got all that, man. everything that we use, down to the GPS system, the crew app, company cam, My Salesman, the Verizon One Talk that we use for our phones, but we're getting ready to get rid of that. Our Bird Eye, Job Nimbus, even 811. I got the login and password to 811, and what you got to do, how you navigate through it. Our payment portal, Earth, all that, man. Gmail, cameras at the yard. How do you remember all that crap? We got it right here, and everybody that's important enough to be on this Trello board can log into our cameras and do whatever they need to do, you know?
Hey, and I'm trying to introduce a fence all-star right
here. Hey, we used one of Kristen's tactics today, which I learned from y'all. We went ahead and got our competitors' aluminum sample, and we delivered that along with our digger's aluminum sample, and just set it down, talk with the customer, and ask them which one they like. And can you believe I had one guy pick my competitors?
Look, you take some. Really?
Everybody else picks the diggers, and I'm like, good, because we can get that, but we don't sell it because this is what we sell, and we're the only ones that sell it.
Dan, hey, listen, we need to back up. We need to slow down. You're excited. I'm excited too.
I've been drinking these 8% beers.
We got people with us that are saying hi, and we're not being nice and saying hi to them. That's not okay. So,
cool.
Chris Gass is here. Chris, Lafayette, Louisiana. I think Lafayette, Louisiana is where that badass dude is from that won the UFC fight this weekend. Is that, am I right?
I don't know.
We got Dustin Poirier, the Diamond. Somebody tell me.
He's from?
Dustin or Chris Gass, are y'all buddies? Y'all been scrapping together? Because I think Chris Gass could probably hold his own in a cage. Hey, so Chris, I think Chris is hosting a training event coming up pretty soon. I don't know if it's a public or a private deal. Word on the street, though, Sean Keane, Mr. Fence Academy, is going to Lafayette, Louisiana here in the near future, like next week, I think. And they're going to be doing some training. And if it's like any other training that I've seen Sean participate in, it'll be an open training.
Oh,
so
I'm taking advantage. I'm going to that.
Man, that's next door to you, right?
Whether it's public or private, I'm loading all my guys up and going.
Hey, we've also got what we got here. Man,
Mark Olson.
Mark Olson
saying hello.
We'll come back to him. He can wait.
Who's Jonathan Coleman? He said, "What's up, boss man?"
Who is Jonathan Coleman? Jonathan Coleman is known as Johnny Bravo. Johnny is a Team Blue team member here. All right. And I don't know if you guys saw my post where we got this special guy who comes in and he makes coffee at 6 a.m. and he writes these little motivational messages on the wall. That's Jonathan Coleman, a.k.a. Johnny Bravo. Johnny, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you.
Hey, man, I'm fired up, dude. I love my guys, dude. I freaking love them. All right, we got Shane Stafford. He's in the house. Shane Stafford, he's my personal sales rep. He also manages the Nashville Stevens Pipe and Steel branch. Shane, what's up, bro? He was on the beach all last week. He needs to be I'm sure he's working some overtime this week.
He needs to be back at work.
And Shane, I better have a truck tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I'm about out of material. Come on with it. All right, now we got Mark Olson. Hola. So we can talk about Mark for a minute, but look, I kind of stole Mark's little thing, and I got the Mark Olson little setup going on. It's not as nice, it's not as classy. It is my garage, but the camera's there. I got my computer, and I even got the freaking SWI sticker and the SWI sign. So Mark, you know what that is. I love you. All right, Shane
I need
Stafford.
a fence sign from Mark.
Shane Stafford, my dude, he said 7 a.m. Jackson Fence Company's the first stop. I better be because I got a lot of stuff coming. Who else we got? Hey, we got Corey Barnes in the house. Corey. We call him Corey B. He's also Team Blue. This is kind of an inside joke, but there's an attorney here in town that advertises on the radio. Corey B. Trotz. Call Corey B. Trotz. It's the way to go. 855 230, something like that, you know. So, anyways.
We were talking about you and I were talking about my phone system.
Yeah.
Last week, I found this company, man. When you were talking about customer service, this phone company that we're going to go with, we're switching. We've been using the Verizon One business app, and it's probably a 7 out of 10. I'm good, thank you. It's about a 7 out of 10, I would say. It's not the greatest, but I found this company called Simply Fusion. And what I like about this company is, I'll put it in the comments, is I think it's simply.net. Anyway, Simply Fusion is a phone system that integrates with your CRM. And literally, when people call, it records the call and it puts the call in your activity of the customer along with the recording that you can click and listen to, along with their number that's highlighted. So if you want, just grab your mouse, click on their number. You can call them back right there from your computer. Also, if you text, it puts all their text in their activity. So you can just click show text only, and you can read the text thread right there in your CRM of everything that's happened with your customer. So you don't have to be looking through your phone, looking on your computer. You got everything right there when you're bidding the job, making sure you're getting all the information right. You can listen to the phone calls. You can, listen in on your assistant or salespeople, whatever the case might be. But the thing that has sold me on this, and we signed on with them yesterday, I think. And Dylan, Defense Prince, he's leaving at 3:00 in the morning. He's headed down to the Virgin Islands for a week.
The where?
So when he gets back, the Virgin Islands, he's going down to St. Thomas, going down there to scuba dive and hang out. He flies out in the morning.
He's flying?
Yeah, he's flying. So he's going to be working too while he's down there. I gave him a list of stuff he's got to do. So he's going to spend a little time working. But anyway, when he gets back the following day, we're implementing this deal. And what's really awesome about it is the phone system allows you to integrate and automate within your CRM. So I'm going to be able to set up automations when I move someone to needs pricing. Not only will job members shoot them an email and let them know, hey, your project is in the estimating phase, blah, 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 whatever the verbiage is. It'll also shoot them a text. When I move them into price sent, boom, they don't get an email because they got an email for the proposal, but they'll get a text. Hey, your price has been sent. Go check your email. So I'm really looking forward.
So that's the name of the thing, but it's working in unison with job numbers, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
So you do it. So you just do one thing, but another thing happens.
Exactly. So I've been setting up email templates, getting all my verbiage together. So when we implement this, I can get these automations set up to where as I move people through my workflow, they're getting emails and text. They're already getting emails, but I want them to get text too. So we're going to have it set up to where if I move somebody to a certain column, say Terry, I'm moving with Terry's job. They're going to get a text message saying, hey, your crew leader is Terry, a picture of Terry, be on the lookout for him, blah, 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 whatever the verbiage is going to be, man. So
you're going to put out
I'm really excited.
Put out a bolo for Terry.
Yeah. So, it's just all the way down to, hey, your bill has been sent. I'm moving into bill sent. Kirsten sends the invoice. It's going to say, hey, text message. Your bill's been sent. Go check your email. So throughout the whole process, we're going to have nothing but communication. And not only are we going to have communication, but it's going to record all these texts and all these emails and all these phone calls in their activity.
Yep.
It's all cloud-based. I'm going to have it forever. So I'll be able to go back a year from now when somebody's complaining about this or that. I can go back and listen to their phone calls. So it's going to be nice. Or if I'm like, man, what did that lady say? Or I can't tell you how many times Kirsten's been typing in notes from the phone call. And like, this guy's all over the place. I don't know what he wants. You're going to have to call him. Basically, she'll put that. Because you'll have customers there everywhere. They're just like a squirrel. Oh, I want to do this. And I got this. And I got these flower pots. But I don't have to move those. And she's trying to take notes and keep on script. You know, I can go back and listen to the call and kind of get an idea before I even call them. So it's going to be a game changer, man. I'm excited about it. And it's fairly inexpensive. I think it's $130 a month.
Sometimes you be playing defense with your customers, man. Like, hey, don't get over on me. I got you.
Oh, you saw my post about about the lady who wanted to get down to $7,000.
Hey, so hey, we got Nathan Downs in the house. Empire Fence, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. He says, Dan.
Radius fence, I believe, too, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, radius fence.
He says, Dan, I see the site. It says, get a quote. What range does this system cost out? Maybe he's talking about your My Salesman?
No, he's talking about the simply.net.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
So it's running me $130 a month for, you have a Prime user, which would be the person who can create all the webhooks. Webhooks would be the text verbiage that you send out in automation. They're $45 a month, and then it's $25 a month per user. So I'll have 145 and 3 25s, I believe they are. So it's $130 a month for me, and plus tax. And then whenever you do an automated text, it's 4 cents. But any other texts are free. It's just when you do a triggered automation text. So if I move somebody that needs pricing and it sends Canon a text, it costs me 4 cents. But if they respond to that, it doesn't cost me. So Dylan and I went through and figured it out, and we're looking at probably about $60 a month in text fees. So about $200 a month is what it's going to cost me.
That's
to have a phone system. Huh?
That's a heck of a business model. Every time you send a text, I get 4 cents. That's crazy.
Yeah, really. But think of the communication that we're going to have with our customers. Think of the customer service we're going to have. And not only that, we can do everything from the computer. So I can copy and paste verbiage, boom, take pictures that are on my Google Drive and just drop them into a box, text it. It's endless, and I'm in front of my computer all day. This is where I live all day, every day. You know, I'm here 12 plus hours a day in this chair working.
So Dan, hey, look, we got Sonny Massey. He's with us from Maryland. He claims that it's hot up there, and I'm sure it is. But Sonny says we use a company called Signpost to inform all customers. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't heard of it.
I've not heard of that either.
Yeah, I found simply because I had Benji over here who heads up my marketing team. We had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and we started pounding away on automation. I'm like, man, I got to get this automation online. So he's going to do all that for me. And I guess about a half a fifth of bourbon in, we were cutting up online, searching things, and out of the blue, Dylan's like, "Whoa, it's just simply it integrates with Job Nimbus." So we started doing some research and set up a bunch of zaps for some web forms that we have. So now all my web forms, they're zapped right into my CRM. It fills out all their contact info. I have it all going into a certain column. My assistant gets up the next morning. She's like, "Oh, okay, we got a couple web forms." Calls the people, gets some info from them, puts them in the right workflow, and then they start moving down the line.
Yeah.
You know? So, and that's what's great about having a CRM, guys. I mean, you saw I got that 1-star review this week. Did you see that, Ken?
Oh, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah. So
about time.
I got my first 1-star review.
What did you?
Thursday.
Yeah, what happened?
So the guy called Thursday at 11:35 a.m. and we didn't call him the rest of the day, Thursday or Friday. So Sunday he sends a bad review that he called twice. While I look back, he only called once, and that he's just going to have to take his money elsewhere. So I just responded with, "Hey, thanks for the feedback. Sorry you didn't get a 5-star experience, but I see you called on Thursday, left this on a Sunday, and our team members are home on the weekend spending time with their families. So, you were in the queue to be called Monday morning." So, I'd be perfectly honest with you. I told Dylan, I said, "Man, I'm glad we got a 1-star because it makes us look like a real company." Because I've got, Jesus Christ, I don't know, 200 something 5-stars.
I can put you another one on there.
No, that's all right.
That dang guy was a real butthole. I wouldn't send him to my worst enemy's house. No.
Oh man!
I'm gonna drink this wild berry. I got some.
Talking about Google reviews. When Ken and I first started talking, I did a Google review for him on his Google.
Don't tell the world.
Remember that? I'm telling them what I did. So I went on there and I did a Google review, a 5-star review, and I put pictures of my fence, and it had all these doggy domes in it. You remember that? And he's like, "Man, I'm not installing no doggy domes." Then he had people calling him, "I want those doggy domes." Oh, that was a good time. So I had somebody go on my Salesman this week, and he outlined across the top of Louisiana, all the way to the East Coast, down the East Coast line, around Florida, back around to Louisiana, Texas state line. It's like a $5 million fence. Had to be somebody I know, somebody messing with me.
Well, I had a guy get on ours like 2 days ago, and he needed 2 gates replaced, wood fence. Cool, right? He got on there. He freaking, I don't know what he was thinking, but man, this joker circled with the little measuring tool. He circled like the 2 little areas, and like it said $17,000, and so Sally was like, "Hey, I saw you got online, or whatever."
Who's Sally? Sally's a new girl.
Our CSR, customer service rep, and
okay.
He's like, "Yeah, I just needed a gate replacing my wood fence, but it said $17,000." I'm like, "For real?" And I got on there and looked, and I saw what he did, but yeah, he like circled. I don't know what he done, if he spiraled around it or what, but
yeah, somebody got on mine one time and put I think it might have been you, put a fence on the Mexican border. That you that did that to me?
I did.
So yeah, man, we're getting into automation, customer service, automation, keeping our customers up to date on what's going on.
That's right.
So what else you got going on, man? I know Terry's been out for like 6 weeks. I got him back on light duty. Glad to have him back. My guy Zach is really glad to have him back because Zach can get back off that truck, back into sales, and Terry's going to be taking his place in the next week or so.
Man, we're just putting in fence, man. It's the same old story that it's been, We're just trying to do the absolute best we can and grow our little business,
How you been doing with rain?
Rain?
Yeah.
Man, we went to Home Depot and bought about 12 of those $49 rain suits. Now, so look, we've had unusual rain amounts for July.
Yeah.
But we've been lucky. I mean, I would say like this week we probably had 3 hours of downtime, which I don't like, And honestly, like a lot of the times when I look at the forecast, and in the summertime, I don't know how it is where you are, but in West Tennessee, It's unpredictable. Like it might say 75% chance of rain. I mean, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain for 20 minutes, you know? So like, yeah, we got the rain, but now we're out of it, you know?
Well, we've been getting downpours every day. I can't tell you, we haven't worked 3 whole days in the past month. It's, I mean, a week. You know, we got a 5-day week. We got at least 3 half days in there. It's been insane, man.
Sound like you ain't been living right.
I don't know. Thinking about building an ark. It's out of control. You know, because we used to going in, digging our holes, dry packing our post, nailing up our runners, coming back the next day, nailing up all the boards, out of there by noon.
Yeah.
Now I'm going there, setting post. Got to come back the next day. You know, it's just, you can't work. You can't dry pack. I don't care what Chris Steele says. I saw that picture of Chris Steele in ankle deep water saying he was dry packing. I can't get it to happen. I don't know. Maybe I need to go down there with him and on a wet job and find out what he's doing different. But we've tried everything.
Hey, look here. Mr. Ken Throckmorton, my buddy from Ohio, Medina area, kind of. I'm in Medina, Tennessee. Ken's in Medina, Ohio, but not Medina. It's something else, but it's close. He says, You could have a customer like mine, rain 2 days, sunny the 1 day, asked where we were at. So we showed up today at the second sunny day and tore her yard all to hell. And now she's mad. Imagine that. I asked her if she read the contract. Construction disturbance. I'm done with these customers. That's right.
Man, that's what I got. I tell people, look, your yard is going to be a casualty. You know, when it's weather like this, we call. Hey, do you want us in your yard? I'm just letting you know we're going to tear it up.
That's right.
You know, but it's summertime.
Hey, look, man,
that yard's going to be fine.
Look, but you guys might hate me for this, and that's okay. It is what it is. Look, man, contractors, we have kind of a bad reputation as it is. Like there's some shady contractors out here, and because there's a few that will take your money and run, or not do a good job, or don't have insurance, and somebody gets hurt and they sue you and they steal the customer's house. Okay, because of those things, that small number of terrible, unethical contractors, we all get a bad name. You guys know that. Like, people generally don't have a huge trust for contractors, you know. So we have to prove ourselves. We have to have reputation. We have to work really hard and do what we say we're gonna do, and cross our T's and dot our I's, so that we don't appear to be one of those guys that contractors don't trust or customers don't trust. But you know what Ken is alluding to is about the lady. It's rained for a couple of days, and then it got sunny, and she's upset. Where are you at? Come build my fence. And okay, we'll come build it, and then tear the yard up. Now she's mad about that. You know, look, man, customers take advantage of contractors too. Okay, like,
oh yeah,
am I okay to say that? Like, that's a real thing. You know, they will jerk your chain around if you let them. You know, and I'm not saying be anti-customer and always play defense. And no, play the offense. Like, personally, I believe most people are good people, and most of my customers I freaking love, you know. But they will ask you. I had this happen to me this week. They will ask you to come to a job, and they will ask you to do the job, and you'll come to the job to do the job. This happened to me. Get caught up in a new construction project. They need a fence. They have they have a special lumber on hand that they want me to use, and they've had it forever. I've seen it, laid eyes on it, I've touched it, you know. Comes down to the day of doing the job that they've called about. I need you. We're ready. Let's go. Well, guess what? There's not enough on hand. Okay. And so we devoted an entire day to going to do this job, as we said. And truthfully, we want to stay true to our contract. We want to stay true to our bid, you know. However, because we were asked to come and we came, and somehow you guys didn't have enough material in hand, you can't expect me to eat the cost of that, you know. So what happens is we lose an entire at least half a day, if not an entire day, you know, because now we have to not come once, we have to come twice, you know?
Yeah. Logistics, man hours.
Yeah. And that always bothers me. I'm always thinking like, man, I hope they understand. Like, if I don't charge you for this lost time, this downtime that you asked me to come out here for, it's going to cost me money. And that's not okay. Now, when I screw up and I don't bring enough materials, or my guys don't load enough materials, or the diagram measurements aren't right, or the work order's not spelled out correctly, I'm totally fine to eat that cost, and that's part of doing business. That's the risk.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent.
Hey man, talking about customers, I was this close to firing a customer last week. We went in, did the wood portion of their fence. What we're doing is since it's taken so long to get aluminum, and I know there's people out there that are getting aluminum in other places and using different products than what they normally use because of lead times. I'm not doing that. I'm sticking to this is what I use. This is what I'm putting to the market. I don't use anything else.
Yeah. So
with that being said, I had to come up with a way to still sell the product when it's 16 weeks out.
Yeah.
Got on Amazon, ordered a bunch of black snow fence, that plastic like safety fence. Went to Home Depot, bought a bunch of the not the lightweight, but not the heavy duty T-post. Bunch of UV ultraviolet ray zip ties because they're going to be out there for 4 months. And we're doing the wood, and then we're putting the snow fence up. So then that way they got their black kind of looking fence. The dog won't run out. The kids won't run out to the pond. You know, it's there. It's a boundary, and it stops you, you know, and says, hey, don't go any further. And it's working. Well, I'm adding it to the cost of the job, obviously. Well, anyway, we go do this job for this guy, for this lady, and she wanted to go in front of the utilities. Of course, we have the utility waiver. We'll go in front of the utilities, but you got to sign this. If there's any problems, we break anything, I mean, we're going to do everything we can not to. We're going to hand dig, but if we break something, you know, don't have AT&T come back and send me a $250 bill for cutting the internet line.
That's right.
So anyway, we did it. What did we do? We cut the internet. Well, she's got a business that she runs out of her home, and this is on a Tuesday, and they can't come out till Saturday. So now she's calling the husband. The husband's calling me, and he's wanting a 20% discount. I'm like, hold on, man. Did you even read the contract? So, well, no, I didn't. My wife did it. I said, well, how about I send it over to you? You go home tonight, look it over, and we'll discuss this discount tomorrow. So he did. He came back and he said, well, my wife says she doesn't remember getting that one. I mean, you mean the one that she signed? Yeah, she didn't get it. When she signed it, she didn't see that one. I said, well, we sent it to her on May 3rd when we sent our first estimate. We sent it to her on June 15th when we had to update the pricing. She got it then in that email. She got it 3 times. So he asked me what was I going to do if I was going to give him a 20% discount on a $60-something $100 job. I said, no, I'm not doing it. You know what this cat did? He said, well, time is money. Hung up on me because he was at work. Okay. Told Dylan, I said, figure out what that wood's going to cost. Write him an invoice. We're going to send him an invoice for the wood, and we're going to send him a check for whatever we owe them. They can find somebody else to do their aluminum. Well, once I called their bluff, oh, no, we've been waiting. We got a party, and that aluminum's going to be in just in time. They changed the whole tune. So that is another reason why I want this system that records phone calls. Because then I can say, hey, you know what? Here you go, Joe. Here's the phone call your wife and I had. She knew that we were going to be doing this in front of utilities. We discussed it. You know? So it's customers, man. But I stand up to them. That's just the way I am. I don't put up with any shit.
Well, Dan, look here, man. It's 7:58, and I've got a freaking like an 18-ounce roast beef sandwich with some Arby's sauce.
All right. That sounds good, man. It was good talking to you. We haven't talked at all.
No, man. We've been busy. Great conversation. I appreciate it. Anybody that's on here, thank you for watching. Mitchell, I just see you popping in here. Kevin Poole, Shane, Chris Gass, Marcos, and thanks, guys. We appreciate y'all watching. Ken Throckmorton.
Yeah, guys. Thank you.
Yep, for sure.
Happy fencing. We'll see y'all next week.
All right,
Wednesday
guys.
night.
Yes, sir. See you.
Bye.